3Ds in the pod. Hi everybody, I'm the Drunken Dad and we have TY and I'm Dan.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, as
Yeah.
usual, we're gonna do our useless countdown. No. Useless roll dice.
Mhm.
Dice rolling. Let's see how many minutes we're gonna get this week.
Die.
Which eventually we will actually talk for 50 minutes, which is quite good. I don't think we are gonna last that long. Because today's topic is rather I think that is a if you believe it, then you will just give it all in, like kind of thing. But anyway, okay, maybe TY should tell us about the topic this week.
Start the ball rolling. Okay,
Yeah.
so today's topic is you no longer own your memories. Why? Because you post everything in social media, save your photos in cloud, you have to
Mm.
pay a subscription, and once you stop doing that, that's it. You don't get it back. Now that's a big problem. Now, why do I raise this topic? Because recently my
Mm.
Instagram got suspended again.
Oh, wow.
It's like the sixth or seventh time.
Is there a reason to it?
It's always during their software update, and then one software didn't update, and I have multiple devices.
Uh,
So, like now I'm my man cave. I can log on to my Instagram on my web browser, and then my friend may
oh,
send me
so
something, and I can't view
uh,
it because they don't support that function in the web browser.
yeah.
I'll pick up my phone, I will view it, I will leave a message. But I like it on my browser because it's bigger, the text is easier for my
Mm,
eyes. And then,
mm,
maybe I stomach ache, I need to go to the bathroom. I will leave my phone in my room, I'll go to my bedroom, and I have my iPad there. So I take it out, I may, continue texting and things like that. I mean, this is the whole idea of Apple, right? The ecosystem,
mm.
right? But
Syncing everything.
Instagram doesn't support that. They will ask me, "Oh, is this
You.
we noticed that you recently logged in Singapore. Are you the real person? Please verify with your handphone." And then I was like,
Mm,
"No, my handphone is in the other room,
mm,
and I'm in the toilet, right, half naked." So it's all this ridiculous thing, and sometimes I get maybe internet like drop and things like that while I'm doing something, and it screw up, or I'm testing my old iPad, the old I don't Gen 1 iPad, because my
mm,
newer one is charging, for example. Again, I
mm.
log into my Instagram, and then they will suspect that I'm a hacker, a spammer, or something like that with a intern. I mean, a hacking farm or something.
Mm.
Just that's what I suspected. But basically, Instagram screw up. So they had me done the somewhat robot test. Click on the photos,
Mm.
fire hydrant,
Mm.
bicycle, bridge, and I did it correctly. And it said user fail. So I recorded my screen doing that the second time. Fail again.
Mm.
Now, so this is the premise. This got me started. My account got suspended for 3 days. Of course, eventually they returned me after I submitted my mobile number
Mm.
and a photo of myself, full
Mm.
photo, for them to verify. Now that got me thinking, oh, what happened? What if you save all your children photo or girlfriend's photo or whatever in Instagram, and one day you lose
It's
your
just gone.
password, they suspect that you're a scammer, they block your
Yep.
account.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and recently there's a CrowdStrike event, right? And caused a lot of especially the air traffic issue. And actually when it happened I was in my office and
Mm.
for a good 6 hours or so our whole system was down. The publication of the newspaper, the evening paper was delayed, and then mainly due to the network because we actually work on encrypted network because of all our data and stuff, right? So it's actually a inbuilt kind of network, but the whole thing just gone, and we couldn't access the basic stuff like, for example, Wi-Fi. We don't have Wi-Fi. So my colleague was telling me, I was like, oh, we don't have Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi was down, everything. It links up because our Wi-Fi depends on our security system. So, but our
Oh,
security system is linked to the CrowdStrike. So everything is
yeah,
linked together. So anyway, so my colleague was like, "Oh, Wi-Fi is down." Then I said, "Oh, then we do need to work." Then she was like, "No, no, no. Actually, you can use your phone hotspot, right?" Then I was like, I don't know whether I should say we are lucky or not because at least we work on like Google Doc and stuff. We can still type. But what about photographer? Imagine they have to transfer all the photos and stuff, right? Each photo will be like 13, 16, or a few hundred meg. I don't know. So they have to transfer 200 of them. Like, imagine they are using their hotspot. That's crazy. First, it's going to be slow. Secondly, it's going to affect. It's
the
using your
cost.
own data, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So, but that really hits me because like, wow, that very moment I was like, wow, we are really dependent on technology that much that that moment I felt a bit helpless because like without a very simple stuff like for example wireless network or internet, you can't do anything. Basically, imagine when I was in China. Remember, I told you guys about how you can't live without your phone
Wi-Fi,
literally because
your
everything you
phone.
have to
Mm,
scan and all right. But
mm,
if you don't have your data and they don't have the
worst.
Wi-Fi,
That's it.
everything is gone. That's it.
Yeah.
It's really chaos. It's really chaotic. I think that would be a bigger picture in a whole. But go back to TY's topic, I would say that I agree with him because these days I don't really transfer files to my hard disk and all because
You don't know.
hard disk also failed me 2 3 times before, and I need to go to do some recovery that cost me $400 500 and stuff, right? So now with Google Drive or cloud and everything, my photos, everything is up. So I will always tell my friend that
You have to
I can
pay.
actually lose my phone. I can always lose my phone now because last time we always scared of losing our phone because of the messages, the contacts and photos, right? But now we don't have to worry because every night it will auto update, like it will auto backup to the cloud system. So my phone is always updated. And if I want to change a phone, I just need to log into my Google. Everything will be there. So I'm not
Mm.
worried. But again, like TY said,
Once you
since you're
stop paying,
dependent on it, what if one day Google just decided to close all the cloud system? Hey, sorry, we're out, bye. Then bram crash.
yeah,
Then
this
your whole
happened to
life,
Yahoo
your phone,
Photo
yeah,
Bucket.
yeah,
It was free for the longer time, lah, like more than 10 years. Suddenly oh, we are not making money. We are losing money. Yahoo, right? So now I'm gonna start charging. Either that, you download everything.
yeah. So
What about
actually
then?
it is scary, it is scary. But like I said lah, it's either you 100% believe in it, like you just trust that never mind, it won't fail me. It will be there somewhere, or you just have to do backups. I don't know. What about then?
Yeah, I don't really use the cloud.
Oh
I
You
have,
just
wow.
yeah, I don't,
Well,
I no, all my stuff is backed up on my own hard drives. I've got backup of backups,
go backside.
you
and then
Backs
and
up.
then
wait.
and then and then I get and then I back everything on Google Drive. So my it's a kind of like a hierarchy. So it's the phone, it's the computer, then it's the hard drive, and then the backup of the hard drive, and then the Google. Because I'm really paranoid about losing all, as you say, your memories, your
Mm,
videos and pictures. So yeah, nothing. I don't like the I actually. And when you raise this topic, I was thinking about my good old days of doing database design, where you separate the functionality from the data. So you really need to nowadays everything's cloud based apps, which is
mm,
fine because I don't care if that goes down. That's whatever. That's their problem. But the data is important. That should be separated. You shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Say, for example,
mm,
Instagram. Instagram is a app and it has data, but you don't
mm.
want to be having those together. So, I was wondering, do you have all your Instagram pictures as originals somewhere? Because you
I do.
should.
Uh,
You shouldn't just be whacking them on Instagram and then deleting again. I find that a bit.
you no, I think that part is fine because normally you will need the photo to be uploaded, right?
Hmm.
So my photo will automatically uploaded to my Google Cloud. But
Hmm.
it's the captions that I write. It's the moments, it's all the stories that I
The
suddenly
feeling,
have
the
all the,
emotions.
yeah, the
Yeah.
feeling, the emotions that matters now. It's like you all your IG and then like your memories and stuff. A very simple functions like last time Facebook always remind me whose birthday it is today, blah blah. Nowadays
You still
without that
do.
function, I
Yeah.
really don't
You don't
remember
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
anyone's birthday.
Yeah.
So same thing about IG. So sometimes you forget things, you forget about what happened last year, and then you just go back to your archives, and then you'll see, okay, photo is one thing, and then you'll see the captions that you wrote, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, so that was how I felt that moment. I think,
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay,
unless
that's
you're telling me
interesting.
that
That's
people will
interesting.
save
Yeah.
all that, then that is a bit crazy.
Hmm.
I don't back
You
up
can
that.
actually export your Instagram if you
I know you can,
explore
but
around.
I
Yeah.
don't. It's just that I don't.
Correct.
Like, I mean, it is important, but it is not as important. But also, I felt the need of sometimes going back to see what have you done in the past. Like, I will go back to my very old Facebook photos and see, oh wow, that was like 10 years ago, and wow, this is what I wrote that time. I was so childish or whatever. You know, it's like how you
Mm.
look back at your diary last time
Hmm.
You
when
know,
there's still that.
I was talking to this friend. So I
Yeah.
asked her. She's an engineer, and I was like, hey, so how do you back up your photos? She said, I don't. I just buy a new phone.
Huh?
Yeah. So let's say she's using an iPhone 12. So she's been lamenting and complaining to me that, oh, my phone is so slow. It's almost full. I cannot do any more video. I said, why? Yeah, all my memories are in the phone. I need to buy a new iPhone 15. I was like, what? iPhone 15? What, $3,000? A hard disk that's 1 terabyte is like what, $100?
Actually,
Just back up.
that's kind of what's happening to me actually. But I do back up as well. Everything's on my phone as an archive, and I've checked. It goes back to 2008. So every time I've updated my iPhone, I've just backed it up and then re-uploaded it to the new one, and not purged any photos. So the photos still remain on every upgrade.
Right.
But I do also back up because I know, yeah, this little
And of
device
course,
can fall into the sea or something.
this works for you guys if you're shooting mainly with your mobile phone.
Phone. Mm.
Yeah, I shoot with a couple of other cameras, sometimes film cameras, so I have to scan them in high res. I have a medium format cameras. One photo, of course, I shoot in the high res. I always shoot at the highest res because you know that technology is always better in the future. So when you look back in the year 2000 and you look at the micropixel photo, you'll be so sad, right? So I
Wow.
always shoot in high res. And
Yeah.
and I always shoot in a non-compressed format as well as a high res. So my files are really big and scary. So I don't think cloud is economical for me because I need 16 terabytes. I have 2 times 16 terabyte plus another 2 times 9 terabyte just to back videos and photos up. So when those so I cannot depend on handphone. I cannot depend on cloud. I have a small little NAS system. For those who are budget conscious, you should really consider long term because that will behave like your iCloud, except that you don't depend on Apple. You have to do it by yourself, and it's not that hard actually. As long as your computer, the NAS, electricity, Wi-Fi.
But that's your business. I mean, I'm just wondering if we could, because so for businesses it's quite different. But if we could sort of stick to personal, where it's you going on holiday, taking the family photos, and just when you go out, taking shots outside and memories and that sort of thing. I think for everybody should be aware that that needs to be backed up. Even
Dan is really looking very concerned about this.
no,
That needs
I
to
want
be-
I want because I want to steer this. I wanted just to do a little deviation into something, right? Just
Tell us.
because I like to if anyone's listening out there that may have this condition, which I've spoken to you before, aphantasia, the
What, some kinky stuff?
inability to create images in your mind. Okay, so as soon as I found this out about four years ago, that people can create images, so they can recollect something from their memory, like they could have an image of them at a beach having fun with their family. And as soon as I said, "What, you can actually do that?" That was like an epiphany for me. And
I
so
see.
the idea that I have the photo to
To remind you.
to remind me of the feelings and the experiences and how wonderful that time was. I know everyone does that, but it's quite more important for me because I can't even imagine it. So the picture is my memory.
Right.
So as soon as I found that out, that people can just recollect scenes and but it's degrees, isn't it? I mean, just to
Yeah.
ask you guys, some people have hyperphantasia where they can get HD imagery in their mind of past events, like clear as HD TV, and others have it a little bit hazy, and then some have it a little bit black and white, and some have nothing. So what? Because they're actually an aphantasia test where you say, imagine an apple. What do you see in your mind's eye? Do you see a clear apple on a table, and you can sort of rotate the thing and see it shining in under the light, or do you just have an outline, or do you just have it fuzzy, or do you have nothing? Have you? I recommend people have a look at my Amordan YouTube and have a look at the video that I've done on this. But you guys, I mean, when you close your eyes, can you see a very vivid image of an apple, or is it kind of a bit fuzzy? How would you describe your image of an apple in your mind's eye?
Definitely vivid.
Yeah, it's vivid. Like I can
Yeah.
imagine the apple that's currently in my fridge right now. Like I can imagine it in my fridge, like how it looks like in the fridge, and the
Right.
texture. If you would me, if you ask me to turn it, I can actually turn it.
Yep.
Like yeah,
Yeah. It's like,
does it
which
make
apple
sense?
you want me to remember?
Yeah. So this thing. I mean, you're normal. I'm not. I'm the 3% of the population that cannot do that, and
You
it
are the
also
special
it also extends to other senses. So people can do music the same way, and then if you listen to musicians, they can actually get a melody and then stretch it out, make it louder, change the tone.
Yeah, yeah.
But some people can't. And it goes throughout the whole senses. Anyway, I digress. So that's the reason why I keep these images sacred, because basically if you chop them all out, I'm like, just
You have
wouldn't be able
no.
to recollect it at all.
That's
But
right. I was,
that really reminds me that like today's topic really reminds me to actually have a backup as well. Like now I have hard disks, but not those like TY has a 16 or 9 TV. No, mine is just very small, like 2, 3 kind of thing. Because I already have cloud, right? So my rationale is I already have cloud. Why do I have to back up? And frankly speaking, if I were to back up every week or something, I just find it very troublesome. Like because it's very easy now. Like every time I take picture with my phone, right, at night after I sleep, it will just automatically up, or whenever there is a Wi-Fi, it will just upload it into the cloud. So for me to back up into my phone, I have to actually download it and put, right. But just now TY mentioned about the Nest. So does it work like um how Google Drive works? It's just that it's physical, right? It
yeah.
works like that, right? So
Basically,
basically, I can ask
it
it to
cans
upload into the Nest.
Google Drive. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was, okay. First of all, we should have done our homework. We should have reached out to all the different Nest brand to sponsor today's episode.
Or let us try, like have a membership. Let us try for
Yeah,
some
but I
hardware.
just do a quick call. The cheapest is around less than $300, right? The cheapest. So you just need to plug to power through your computer or desktop or iPhone. Access. You definitely need a laptop to first get in and configure everything.
Yeah.
After that, you download the app in your phone, and your phone will do the auto backup. But of course, another thing is all the junk that you have taken, you have to go back there and clear it up. because it makes a copy in your phone. So sometimes you print screen, send to your friend, and then you forgot to delete it. You delete it the next day, but the night before they already back up into your hard drive.
Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah.
do your housekeeping basically.
Hmm.
So there's this. If you go to data science, they always tell you to back up three levels,
Hmm.
right? So you have to do a copy, then you have to do one off location. So in case your house catch fire, you get still somewhere. Yeah,
Ah, wow, that's a lot. That's
that's a lot of work, but we are not high intensity users. So
Yeah, I mean,
as
for
long as you
your
have
bulk stand, yeah, if you got your bulk standard user that's just wanting to back up their holiday snaps, and I'm just
yeah
thinking, like, our parents' generation, it was
photo albums.
35 mil, 30 pictures on a roll, print them out, put them in a photo album, and that's it. And then you had a few a few photo
yeah,
albums, and that's your life. But
yeah.
nowadays we got millions of pictures of every angle of that sandy
And
beach with the palm
it's
trees and
that's the thing. It's funny, right? It's like, do you actually need that? For example, these days, right, when you take photo, I think that's why I love film cameras, because like you won't waste the film taking the same angle, same photo, like 5 to 10 shots. But with phone, you will be like, okay, 3, 2, 1,
yeah.
like,
But
and the
but I don't do
camera is
that.
like, yeah. No, but a
I don't
lot
do
of
that.
people do that, just
Yeah.
in case they don't take the perfect shot. But with film
So
camera, the best thing is you always get surprised. For example, yeah, I have already, like, I blinked,
overexposed. You
or I
blinked.
blinked or whatever. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? I don't know,
You
to
know,
not
I
get the
like
perfect
to
photos.
a camera. I like to
Uh,
shoot. This is the back of the camera. This is the front.
uh,
I like to shoot like that.
or without the
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Without the
So everything is through the viewfinder,
mm,
and I like cameras with all the
Hard note.
buttons, physical buttons. Again,
Uh,
we should have reached out to cameras to sponsor this episode because not all cameras have buttons on top.
yeah.
So I would just do the old school golden triangle, right? Shutter speed, ISO, and apertures to shoot. And I always bring it to my eyes. After I've shot them, then I will preview them. But I will not do the I won't do this. It's like, and then after that, chimping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still shoot like a old man, like those film family camera days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I for some reason but I don't take that many photos these days as compared to when I
Mm.
was younger. Like,
Why?
I just think that, okay, but as opposed to modern, like, I just think that if that thing is important enough, I'll remember that. I mean, as a normal, under normal circumstances and stuff, right? I can remember. Then I will just remember. Um, but of course, it's like I said, like, I will still go back to my old Facebook timeline to go and see the silly me 20 years ago, or go and see, yeah, stuff.
but it is
But
funny,
yeah,
isn't it funny that the obsession of people taking phones to gigs and recording it and just holding up their hands at a concert, and you just think, oh my god, has everyone got aphantasia like me? Then they're scared they're not going to remember this bloody concert.
no, and no, I think a lot of people, they take so that they
They
can
share in the
replay,
social
or
media
they can share, or they can whatever. But the thing is, most of the time, the sound quality is bad. It's like, if I were
and
to,
the image quality
if
is
not
bad as
for
well.
work, right, I will just sit there and listen to the. If not for work, I will just sit there
Mm.
and listen, because I know, if even if I record, right, the sound is gonna be very bad. Why not I just wait for the high res, like,
Yeah, wait for the
provided by
Blu-ray
the
or
artist.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, or whatever it is. Like, if they were to come up with with a long version, right? But yeah, I don't understand.
I will
And
record it if I have Wi-Fi. Because sometimes if you go to Esplanade, there's no Wi-Fi inside
Oh,
the
yeah.
theater. So I will like record a snippet and then I will share Like, oh, check out this one if you have time. You can watch this concert; it's really good. Check out this drama, this stars, this whatever poem. Yeah. So for social media,
Yeah, but I
so
think I
start
think
backing it.
I think mainly, the whole idea of people putting all the eggs in one basket, even if it's Facebook or Instagram. Just have another copy. Have another copy. Don't
And,
think that it's safe on these platforms.
and Ken said something that he treasures of the captions.
Yeah.
The raw emotion that he at a point in time he key those things in. For me, I I like to look at my photos because I on my work I edit. Well, assuming I take 100 photos, but I don't do batch editing. The day I feel like this photo justify this kind of colors, I will edit it on that day, and I'll post it on Instagram. And then maybe 4 years later, oh, I remember this photo is really nice. I take it out, I repost them, but I will do a new edit, a new colors, how based on my emotions. Yeah, it can be anyway. So different style.
Yeah.
So this is important because, and this brings us to my original topic. What if one day all these social media, like they, because of some screw up, some bug, they just cancel. Like me, they cancel my account. I was like, oh my god, again, for why?
Yeah.
It's not because I'm a scammer or anything. It's not like my photos are lewd or anything. There are crazier photos out there or accounts out there, but they just suspend me because they suspect that I'm a hacker or something.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna
Yeah.
be really sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So conclusion,
Mm.
I think a conclusion is I think we should get the NAS system or hard drive to sponsor us, because I think
Yeah.
our conclusion is we better back up. Because one day, if you depends too much on the cloud or whatever, right? Another CrowdStrike or another hacking or whatever, or bugs, or remember when we were crossing the 2000 years, the Y2K? Do you
Y2K.
remember the Y2K? Like
Yeah,
Y2K,
nothing
everyone was
happened.
afraid like Y2K will erase everything on the internet, so everyone was like very panic and all. I mean, eventually it didn't happen, and that nothing happened. But
Well, it happened
yeah,
24 years later. Recently.
uh,
this
recently
this
there
thing that
wasn't,
happened.
but it
Yeah.
didn't delete
Uh,
data.
okay.
Yeah.
There is a thing going to happen. Probably the whole the internet sort of blackout thing is a possibility if you believe in the what was they call it, the damn, I can't remember. Anyway, I digress.
Armageddon.
Meteorite strikes.
There is gonna there can't remember now. There
EMF attack.
Oh, that,
be ready for. Actually, it goes back to that movie that I mentioned a couple of episodes ago, where they do have a complete internet blackout and all
uh,
Right.
electricity
Free
goes
Body.
down.
Search. Big time
Not,
Hollywood movie. Yeah. No recollection.
uh, no, the one that we discussed, is it the
yeah.
three?
Oh
Which
no,
one?
not that one.
But of course, we should have reach out
I
to the
mentioned it
movie
in passing.
theaters
I mentioned it in passing as
to
part of
sponsor.
like social engineering, getting us ready, making movies to make us get ready for things that are going to happen. Yeah. So conclusion, we think we should always back up to our own hard drives and then have another backup of that hard drive and then back it up on Google Drive or something, or Dropbox.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of backups that we need to do.
But
And just now we mentioned
yeah,
about the
I
net.
don't know. Your it's insurance, isn't it? We all get insurance. You just
Yeah, I definitely back myself
better
up.
safe than sorry. I mean, if I mean, business is another avenue. Businesses just will have to have this as part of their procedures. So we're not really concerned about that. But if you're concerned about your own photos, then yeah, you should.
Your own memories.
Yeah, I mean, you look at your Facebook. Oh, so cool. And then, like Ken said, he stopped taking photos. Actually, you should continue taking photos. Like, I look at my dog every day, but if I were to take photo of her every week, you can see her grow. Now I look back just 1 year ago when she's a puppy. It's super cute,
I know,
right?
I know, I know.
Yeah.
It's just how you look back when your
Mm,
son or your kids are like when my
mm,
son was like 1 year old or whatever.
mm.
I was, but again, if just like you were saying that if it's important to me, so now the last question that I want to throw is it really important to you? I say okay, not for then, not for then. Okay, special case. He's a 3%. I'm talking about the 97% of the people, right? So okay, so I just like I mentioned about the cloud, and also I have hard disk, right? My hard disk is filled with all the work I've done before, like all the editings, all the videos I've done and stuff, right? So at the end of the day, is it really important to save all this? I don't know.
But it's
If
not
this today,
expensive.
if today is the last day of the whole,
Then
I
nothing's
don't know.
important.
And photos are. Do you
Well, it's
really like how many times do you go back
testament of
to
mankind.
go back and see? Or I mean, yes, for memory's sake, from time to time I go back to my Facebook timeline to see photos. But I wouldn't go back that often. You know what I mean? Like now I think about it, right? Is it important to back up all the photos? Maybe yes,
No,
maybe
depend
no.
on
For me,
depend not.
yeah,
I won't back out my food, what I eat today, what I eat
no, no,
tomorrow,
no.
what I
As in
eat the
like,
day
is
after.
that for example,
Mm,
I have photos of my kid when they were very young, like 3 months old or 1 year old, but and now they are 4 or 5. But I mean, it's important to have that memory, but is it important to really to have it in Drive or to have the copy?
then what? Then what you want?
I don't know. I
Tattoo
don't
on your
know.
body.
No, it's like no. That's the thing.
Well,
Do we
no,
really
that's a
need
good
that?
that's a good question. Is it
Do we really
important
need
for
that?
you?
Yeah. Is it important? It's like you are living. People
Mm.
always say live the moment, right? You
Existentialism.
live the moment, right?
Yeah.
And your son is not 6. Your son, my girl is not my boy is now 5, and my girl is now 4. I just remember them every single day, and then as they grow up, they grow up. Why do I have to look back of their old? I don't know. It's like, is it important? And then this is the question. I still back up my photos. Don't worry. I'm just
Yeah,
this is the question.
it's definitely
See,
important.
what's really important?
You know, some people
Like,
even go around the street taking photo of strangers, just the environment, the street
yeah,
photography.
yeah,
And now this is important when this man, 70 years old, 80 years old, start publishing these photos. Oh, I'm a street photographer. This is Singapore back in the 2024. I mean, 70 years later. Now that's going to be the future generation will not know how it looks like. Today I just saw a clip that in the black and white days or
mm,
1930s, there was a fifth gear. The car,
mm,
there's a fifth wheel gear. There's a wheel at the back of the car that comes down. That wheel is also a spare tire, but it comes
mm,
down to support the car in parallel parking.
Oh. Oh
oh,
wow.
In the black and white era,
Wow.
in 1930s. And I was like, what happened to this technology?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
decided not to have it. But without someone taking videos of those clips, right, you won't know. Without people taking videos during World War II, and then now they color it,
yeah,
you won't know how it
yeah,
feels
yeah,
like.
yeah. No, no. I mean, yeah, I agree. But
Yeah.
I mean, that is a very noble, very big
So
kind of
when your
perspective.
kid
But we are talking about
is a
personal.
parent
I
or
mean,
during their
mm,
wedding dinner, they want to show how
mm,
they look like when they are young. I don't have the photo. I have no childhood.
mm,
But actually, that reminds me going into another deviation with
mm,
AI. AI can actually bring
mm,
all this stuff together, all these
mm,
old photos, and actually create something that
mm,
would seem like, especially I don't know if you saw that one where they had an animation of. It's from China, actually. I think have an old photo of a grandma and a new photo of their granddaughter, and then
Compare.
they animate, and then the grandmother hugs the granddaughter. So they've
But they're
used
no longer around.
had an old photo and a young photo, and then they animate it so as though it
oh,
looks like
oh,
Granny is hugging granddaughter, but Granny
Okay, so
yeah,
passed
this is
away.
animation. it never happened, right?
It never
But I'm talking about
happened.
the real
But no,
real
but what
emotion
I'm
touching
thinking.
someone, and
Yeah,
you
sure,
take a
sure.
photo.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that potentially all these photos that are on the cloud could could be scraped
Useful.
and put into AI, and
Ah,
you could
okay,
then
as a
relive. You could
database.
relive an experience from your
Mm.
past
Yeah,
in
because
But
virtual reality.
but again, is it
mm,
important to relive that moment in the past?
if you want to,
Yeah,
but
well,
if you
No, no,
I
no,
think
no,
want
but
it's.
to
if
and
you
you
want
don't
to,
have the data,
but no, no,
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, for me, as you've mentioned before, and I've
mm,
mentioned, yeah, it is for me. And even on my phone, I each screen has a photo widget which
mm,
circles through family shots. So
mm.
I every time I put my phone on and I go to a screen, I can see a photo from
A
my
random photo.
a random photo from my history, and I'll be going, because as I said,
You,
I
but
can't put
again,
in.
you are the 3%. You are 3%. So
Oh,
then it's so
3%.
so for the 97%. I just want to ask you, you go back to your drive or whatever backup that you always do, your hard drive, and you think back. Is it important for you to back up all these things? What is so important about them? Yeah,
it's definitely
I
important for me.
I mean,
I'm a I'm a memory hogger. Just like some old folks, they
uh,
like to keep plastic bags of old
Oh,
clothes and they
yeah,
will never get to
hoarding,
wear.
hoarding. Yeah.
I like to keep old stuff, but photos, I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, different people, different personalities,
Mm.
different kind of outlooks and things, and it's quite
Yeah.
interesting that we've got two people here that treasure the memories of the photo, but then one who's not is kind.
One
Both
who
up.
is questioning what's so important about
Yeah,
What the
whatever.
who
hell?
cares? Like who cares? Like yes, I mean I took a lot of videos, I took a lot of photos and everything just
Like
in
you were
case.
slimmer, younger.
But yeah, but why I don't know why would I make use of them? Uh, yeah.
Reminisce. You want to see your family members when
Oh,
they are
oh I
younger. Yeah.
but okay. So
Or relieve the
it's
experience
either
you spend with them.
it's either like one day if I have dementia or
Yeah,
like my memories are failing
maybe.
me, then I will not be able to remember things, and then I look at the photo and I'll be like, oh, this happened. I don't remember. That
Oh,
would
actually,
be
yeah, actually that's true. You could have quite vivid memory, but sorry, you could have quite vivid imagination, see images, but your memory is not so.
It's
The
failing. Yeah.
episodes,
yeah,
Alzheimer.
yeah, yeah.
episodic memory is like, oh, what did I do 2 years ago? I can't remember that
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah,
Where did we go? Oh,
yeah.
okay, the Colosseum. Nah. Oh, show me a photo. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I remember now. But
Mm.
so Ken
Yeah.
is the masterful hyperphantasia. Got all your memories already in your head. Job
No, no,
done.
no, no, no. I actually don't. I actually don't. I have a very weird memory system. Like some people, they have short-term memory, long-term memory. Like they will
Mm.
remember things from very long ago, but don't remember things that happened recently, right? But mine is very messy. Like sometimes I remember random things that happened. Like for example, I just remember the car plate of that particular car they just walked that went
Mm.
past. Like for no reason, I just remember it, and
Mm.
I can remember it for a few days. But I can't
Wow.
remember what I ate yesterday for lunch. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
and I remember weird things like, oh, I remember TNTY wore this T-shirt before at what occasion and like why. But I couldn't remember what my colleagues wear yesterday. You know what I mean? My system is
Mm.
just
Yeah, sure. But this one is selective memory.
it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, and it's
again, but again. So my question is, are these important? Is it important to remember all that? I
well,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, this gets into the philosophy of it all.
Well,
Is our consciousness really dependent on our memories,
if
or
it's not
as you mentioned
expensive,
before, it's all here.
mm,
Live for now, live now, and now is what matters.
if it's not
Mm,
expensive or tedious to capture and store all these things, then it doesn't matter. You can delay the decision whether you want to
mm,
delete it later,
yeah.
right? So, but if you well, cloud is not extremely expensive for a mobile user, but for a photographer,
Yeah.
it will be extremely expensive.
Yeah. Because of
Yeah,
the
True.
large files that you have.
correct.
But okay,
That's
so our conclusion today is as such.
no
So if you
conclusion.
have any
Well,
comment,
we need
there's no conclusion.
sponsors.
I mean, it's also very personal as well. So
Yeah.
so if any of you think that the sponsor should come to us,
Yeah.
please DM them or just add them.
Yeah,
Well,
we should
yeah.
reach out. Mm.
The
Yeah.
conclusion is if memories are important to you on as photographs, then back it up. If not, don't bother.
Yeah.
No, if not,
And
you
if
still
you
have to
want to
back
back
it up
up,
because
please use
it's
this
not that
brand.
tedious, it's not that expensive. For all the brands who want to help us and share with us how inexpensive and easy it is to use, let us know.
Yeah. We can give you some tips. Okay. Thank you
All
guys.
right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Adios.
Bye
Bye.
bye.